We are live here for the first show. We are live. It's more important. If you don't like it, go to YouTube and watch it from there. But anywho, welcome. I am starting the show. It is going to be a weekend review show every week on Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. As you can tell, it is 9 p.m. If you did not know that, hope you did. Hope you had a great weekend. Thus far. Hope you're not. Hope you're not in the weekend. If you are in the weekend, you've got something messed up. But anyway, we've got 11 topics to talk. We got a guy coming in later for an interview about his favorite team and the situation that's going on there, and we'll get into that at the later time. That's going to be the last thing we talk about. So let's get started. We're going to start with some Jets news. After 3 long days of the holdout, Sam Darnold signed on Monday, I believe. So I just want to first off say I like Sam Darnold. I like him as a prospect. I like him as a quarterback. But I don't like the fact that his leadership says that, okay, I'm not going to show up to the first 3 days of training camp because my deal wasn't done yet. That just doesn't seem like a right thing to do in my mind. I don't know. Maybe that's non-professional of me. But I'm not gonna knock that off. I'm not gonna say that's the end of his career just because of that. But I just don't think it works. I don't think it sets a good example for your team where you say I'm not gonna show up until I get my contract. I get the idea of the professionalness of it, but I just don't think it makes sense as an overall idea. But he's signed now. It's a 4 year. That is what I think maybe happened. Maybe that was the holdup. I'm guessing he wanted more. They had to bump it down a little bit, figure the things out. But he's signed now. That's the important part, and he's ready to maybe fight for a first week 1 start as a rookie. We'll talk about that in a later part of the show. Next thing to talk about on Monday, I believe. Also, the owners have approved officially a ejection rule for the helmets. For the helmet-to-helmet contact, it has started that if you lower your shoulder, if you lead with your head, and that's what you hit first with. So lead, i.e., that's the meaning of lead. If you hit with your head first, you will be ejected from the game. So just for kicks, don't want to bring up a sore subject with the running back. I mean, with Ryan Shazier, but Ryan Shazier would have been ejected from the game on the 2018 standard of rules when he had that accident of his. But Ryan Shazier did not get ejected, obviously, but to say the least, he would have been ejected if it was the 2018 rules. Another example would have been, let's see. Another example would have been probably the hit on, this is long back. I believe the hit on Antonio Brown in that playoff game versus the Bengals, perfect to the head, would have been ejection. That I do not know of. I'm pretty sure it was a hit to the head, with the head to the head. Who would have been ejected from the game from that. He did not get ejected from the game in that play. I don't believe so. I think it's just an unnecessary roughness. So this in the 2018 rules, he would have been ejected from the game, but he did not in that game, so it doesn't really matter. So, but for future rule, that's the rule. If you lead with your head, you will be ejected from the game. Next, Teddy Bridgewater looking great in this first 3 days or the first 5 days of training camp. He does. A great thing about this Sam Darnold holdout was the fact that he had that Teddy Bridgewater showed up for all the first 3 days and got 50% of the snaps that Sam Darnold would have got, and then more experience. Once again, we're going to talk about that quarterback battle in New York, the 3-way quarterback battle. I think I'll discuss that later on. I won't let anything go yet. But he's looking pretty good. Josh McCown looking okay, but, it's Josh McCown. So he's not going to look out. He's not going to look outstanding. I'm not going to say he's not looking good, but he's not going to look outstanding as a 15-year veteran. Yo, Mac, what's up? Way to show the love. Anyway, next, Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott have made a decision to hit the news board with another one of these protests or comments on the anthem protest. They both came out and said that they think no one should ever kneel for the national anthem, which I'm pretty sure they kneeled for the national anthem last year. So hypocrite. I'm not going to call anyone out, but if you do something like that and then come out and make that kind of comment, I mean, it's respectful. I get what you're trying to do, promote unity among the players and show that the players agree with the new deal, which is that if you kneel for the national anthem without if you kneel for the national anthem, you'll be fined. And I believe there's a rule to it yet. 15-yard penalty after the kick exactly is the rule if you kneel for the national anthem. I disagree with that. I think we shouldn't bring politics into sports, but if it goes that far, I guess that's what's going to happen. I'm not obviously in the rulemaking situation, but it is what it is at this point. Let's see. The Jets on the market. Another big news thing. The Jets are on the market for a quarterback. For a running back. The Jets running back Elijah McGuire came out in day 3 of training camp, fractured his foot. About that. Fractured his foot in training camp, and so he will be out for a large part of the preseason, most of the preseason, I believe, and he'll be out for a pretty long time. I have not seen exact dates yet on how long he'll be out, but he is going. So the Jets will be on the market for a running back. They have been looking into running backs. No names have came out yet for running backs they have been interested in, but they are definitely on the market. So I guess keep that in mind if the Jets sign a running back this week. I don't know. Next week we might have something to talk about with a running back the Jets sign. I'm open to any running back to add to that Tatum with Powell and the running and Clown and Elijah, the former Browns running back Elijah Clowney, I believe is his name. Correct me if I'm wrong. Figure it out. Please comment in the comment section. His name, it has lost me at this point. Anywho, next, the Hall of Fame game preview. Tomorrow night, baby. The start of football. I'm so excited. Oh, wait. It's the Bears versus the Ravens. Oh. I'm still excited. It's football. But, anywho, not to rap on any of those teams. Both okay. One's up and coming. One's starting to fall off again. But, I'm not going to – okay, let's start. The Ravens have a potential quarterback battle. Not necessarily a quarterback battle this year. And Jackson being drafted in the late rounds. The first, I believe he's first round pick, 31st overall in the draft. Lamar Jackson. I think he's gonna. I like the guy. I like him as a prospect. I liked him in college. The little I watched him, but I think he could come out and win this game flat out if they give him a chance. To the Bears. Mitch Trubisky is probably not going to start, but we could see potential Mitch Trubisky. Maybe. I don't think so. Who knows? Anything could happen. I think the Ravens will win that game to a score of 28 to 14 is my prediction. Okay, a big thing here. Quarterback battles among the league, throughout the league. So the three biggest quarterback battles in the league are the Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield versus Tyrod Taylor. This is going to be a good battle. I like the battle. I like it. And here's what I'm leaning towards. I've watched training camp, a little bit of their tape there, and I've seen Baker Mayfield. I get it. This is a common Browns thing. I'm not a Browns hater, so if you're a Browns hater, hate me. But I think the Browns could potentially. I think the smarter idea is for the Browns to is to start Tyrod Taylor before they start Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is potentially a good quarterback to start week 8, maybe, if Tyrod Taylor isn't very good. But who knows what can happen, what will happen this season. But I have a little bit more to talk about the Browns later in the video. I'm leaning towards Tyrod Taylor starting week 1. My prediction is that Baker Mayfield will start eventually throughout the season if the season goes south. But we'll talk more about the Browns later on in this video. The next big quarterback battle is Teddy Bridgewater versus Josh McCown and Sam Darnold for the New York Jets starting quarterback. More Jets news. Sam Darnold is the rookie. Has his 3-day holdout. That's a flaw in my opinion. You can't get much. I'm not disrespecting Sam Darnold, but I think you've got to respect the. You can't expect to start week 1 after something you did like this, especially when there's 2 other quarterbacks by the name of Teddy Bridgewater and Josh McCown. Here's my thing. The real battle, in my opinion, should be Josh McCown versus Teddy Bridgewater. I think Sam Darnold should start potentially midway through the season. I don't think, as an overall idea, I don't think Josh McCown should ever be the week 1 starter for the New York Jets again. That's not saying that I don't like him as a backup. I like him as a backup. He gives us the best chance to win when there's not these other 2 guys on the lot. And maybe even he's better than Sam Darnold. But I think Sam Darnold is over Josh McCown. So here's how I see it. I see week 1, coming into week 1, we start Teddy Bridgewater versus the Lions. I think we have a great chance against the Lions week 1 of the regular season with Teddy Bridgewater as our starter. I think we have a reasonable chance week 1 with Josh McCown. But week 1 with Sam Darnold, I don't see it. It's not like I do not like Sam Darnold. I like him as a prospect. I like him. But the history doesn't back up starting week 1 rookies very good. I mean, as a general rule, unless you're a rock star, there's flaws where I believe Carson Wentz was a first year rookie starter. I could be wrong. But they only went 7-9. They went 7-9 in the season, not a rocket season. Although they did win the Super Bowl this year, I did not forget that, Eagles fans. And no, you don't want me to forget that. But what I'm trying to say is, Sam Darnold, maybe week 10. The Jets are 4-6. Week 10, put him in. I mean, but if the Jets can play good without Sam Darnold starting for him, I'm not saying Sam Darnold isn't a good quarterback. That's not what I'm saying. Do not think that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is Sam Darnold has a potential to be pushed too far in year 1 as a New York Jets quarterback. So my opinion is Teddy Bridgewater week 1 starter, because Teddy Bridgewater has a rocket slinging kind of quarterback. He's not a game manager. He's willing to take chances. That's what the New York Jets want. I mean, that's what I want as a fan. We like New York. The New York media likes a gunslinger. They can eat him up. But Teddy Bridgewater, I think, could start week 1. He's got the experience. He's played in the league before. He's made a playoff run. They were a game away from the divisional round of the playoffs. They lost in the wild card, I believe, to a field goal kick that was missed from 19 yards away. So he got himself in a situation to win a playoff game, and his kicker didn't come through. So I think he should start. I think he would work the best for the Jets. That's my opinion on that. And the next, Arizona Cardinals, Josh Rosen versus Sam Bradford. So the thing here to start is that another rookie situation. You have Josh Rosen, the starting. The rookie they drafted, I believe. When was that? I think 5th overall in the draft, I believe. If I'm not wrong, I could be wrong. He is pretty high in the draft, first round. I know that. And then you have Sam Bradford, who is injury prone, so that's a problem for him. But I think obviously the smart thing to do is week 1 start Sam Bradford, because he's gonna come in, he's gonna give you probably the best chance to win over a rookie quarterback. That's my opinion there. So, I think the Cleveland Browns should start Tyrod Taylor. The New York Jets should start Teddy Bridgewater, and the Arizona Cardinals should start Sam Bradford. Because when you come in here, you want to potentially start a guy that isn't gonna get all whacked up. There's a place and time to start the rookie quarterback. I understand that. In a situation where you don't have anyone better, do it. But I don't believe in rushing rookie quarterbacks as a general rule for me. I'm a Jets fan. I like consistency at quarterback. We don't get it very often, but I like it overall. Who doesn't? And another thing, like I said, we talk Browns again. I was looking at the Browns roster today, just getting ready for the show, and I noticed that this team isn't the 0-16 team they were last year. You add Tyrod Taylor, you add Jarvis Landry, you add another year on Myles Garrett, and this team is looking hot. I'm not saying playoffs. I'm not going to go on that one like that said that the Jets won that game versus Buffalo midseason that they go to the playoffs. But I'm saying that they're going to be potentially a 6-win team at best. I don't see them winning much more than that. They could win only 2 games. I could see them winning 4 or 5. But this team isn't going to be the horrid 0-16 team that didn't win any games. It has won 1-31 over the last 2 years as an overall rule. I think they're going to be pretty good this season. They're not going to be a Super Bowl team. They're not. The Browns just won't be that for another 3 seasons. I'm not going to put anything. I'm not going to go any deeper into that because there's not much time left. But one more thing to talk about, and here's where I bring in my interviewer. I'd like to introduce Jared Russell to the show to talk a little bit about some drama. Le'Veon Bell, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome to the show. Let's get started here. So you're a Steelers fan, born and raised.
Born and raised. Been a Steelers fan since probably the first Ben Super Bowl when they won against the Seahawks. I don't even remember that game.
Pennsylvania guy.
I'm not a Jets fan. Anyway.
So Le'Veon Bell. We have this situation where I'll give you a quick update here if you don't know the situation. Le'Veon Bell was signed from the Michigan Spartans, I believe, wherever he played.
Michigan. He played Michigan.
He played for Michigan State, whatever the heck their name is, their football team. But he wasn't a stud and
he had a good season. He's had a good career in college. It's not like
it wasn't any kind of Saquon Barkley thing. No. Which isn't a bad thing, but it isn't a good thing. But it's sort of like a Tom Brady thing. Anyway, Le'Veon Bell signed with the Steelers and had his rookie contract. He's past his rookie contract now. I believe this is his 6th season. They've been dealing with this franchise tag.
I think he got a
He's
4 or 3-year deal at the beginning. And he's been franchise tagged.
He got a 4-year deal and has been franchise tagged for the last 2. So he's coming
Maybe
into
3.
his 6th season. So as a start, I'm gonna voice my opinion. I'm gonna have him voice his opinion. We differ. But overall, Le'Veon Bell is a stud running back, number 1 or number 2, however you want to argue it. I think number 1. He's on everyone's charts, a top 3 running back, unless you're a Packers fan. But Ty Montgomery right there. Anyway, the Le'Veon Bell situation. He's played good offense. I mean, he's played good on the field. He has had his drug issues.
Drama is whatever you want to call it.
His drama. He's not drama free, but he's a stud. So, my thing is, why can't you sign him to a deal if he's a superstar? Why don't you sign the superstar to a deal? I mean, and where's he potentially go if he isn't a Steeler? And I know people want to say that he's not going to sign if he's not going to be a football player if he's not a Steeler. I don't believe that. But anyway, so try to defend why they haven't done anything with him. Is it poor management? Is it that they're just trying to milk as much as they can out of the can until they have to do it? I don't understand it. Please shed a little bit light on this interesting topic.
I would say that he's probably the problem. In the saying, I mean, he wants more than they're willing to give. And that's because all franchises try to get the most out of players for the least amount of money. And he said that I want to retire as Steeler. He's made that comment, and like people tag him on Twitter, like, "Are you mad about the situation in Pittsburgh?" And he says, "No, I'm actually happy in Pittsburgh." So he doesn't talk like he's wanting to leave. I mean, if he did like something like LeBron and just started talking about leaving, he hasn't done that yet. So I'm not that worried about him leaving next year. I would have liked that to just wake up to a 4-year contract for whatever. I don't know how long they were going to sign him. And maybe that's the thing too. They're not willing to sign him for 4 years. And the problem is that most running backs are kind of up and down. It's hard in the league we live in now. Consistent running backs are hard to come by.
Okay, then why aren't you signing him if he's a consistent running back?
Well, he was injured one season and had drug issues the other. So what's the definition?
And it's been pretty great. Otherwise,
he averaged what? What was
been
it? Something
suspended
stupid like
for
150 yards a game.
And he's been out for 1 playoff game. So a total of 3. He's been out for a total of 3 games.
It's been
yeah.
Okay. So here's
not
the question.
many games.
So he's not showing up for training camp again this year.
Yeah, that's
Whose
an
fault
issue.
is that?
That's your organization's fault on that part, because if you can't sign your quarterback, if you can't sign a key player like that, what are you doing? That's your job.
His contract is signed.
Yes, but the franchise tag is a joke. You have to sign stars to deals. I mean, that's why.
So the thing with the franchise tag, ultimately, for anyone who doesn't understand what a franchise tag is, they take, is it 10 or top 5 of the top positions, like running back. So the top 10 running backs or whatever it is, in the league at the time, and they take the average of what they get paid, and he gets paid that for that season.
So he's getting paid $14.5 million a year to play,
which isn't bad. The money's not necessarily the problem.
The money is the problem in the sense that he needs more of it, because these other running backs are getting paid more. Look at Todd Gurley for say. He needs Todd Gurley money.
Todd Gurley's like one of the most high paid.
Give him Todd Gurley kind of money.
And he's made the comment before that he wants to be paid like the number one running back and number 2 wide receiver, because last year he put up like more.
Those kind of statistics.
He wasn't like ranked number 2 for receiving yards or anything, but he had contributed a lot. So he wants a lot, and I think
he deserves a lot. Can we agree that he deserves a lot? He deserves them more than what he's getting. I mean, at the level of play, I get the understanding that we live in a world where.
And he made the comment that it's not that easy to sign a contract, and like
professionals can only make $150,000, but this is professional sports. There's a different topic. I get that some people's argument, but he's in the league he plays in, people don't get paid $150,000 a year. Sorry to offend you people that work your tail off all 365 days a year. I get it, but in the sports era we live in, you get paid that kind of money. Whether you like it or not. It might
seem ridiculous.
Because that's what just imagine what the ownership is getting paid to own that team. Look at the Cleveland Browns for say they're getting crazy amount of money to be owned 16. They're making money. The Cleveland Browns are making money to be terrible. That's my topic.
Rigged.
But so we can't really shed much light on this.
Rather than I would say. He's going to play this season as a Steeler. He'll probably perform really well, even though he won't show up for training camp. I'm not sure if he showed up for preseason. I don't know.
He doesn't show up till
week 1 or something.
Whatever.
And
that's his.
And last year that gave him a slow start. He only started with like 100-yard games.
But it took him 4 weeks to get back.
And then he was killing it. Which everyone said that was his preseason, which is stupid.
Makes sense. Which makes sense. Body wise, you got to get yourself back into it, and I think it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to waste those 4 weeks where you could have been in preseason and not sitting at home. Or
he's working out.
But the bottom line is you got to be with the team if you're going to sign with the team. Just sign the deal. But anyway, that's our topic. Well, thank you for coming on, Jared. This has been off-season review with the JFT Network lead guy, and Jared Russell. So that has been it. We will be here next week, on Wednesday at 9:00. I will be. Not sure about the topics, but we'll see what happens. Week in review. We'll see you next week. It's been nice having you guys on. Thanks for the comments. Bring the comments in, show your friends, subscribe if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Facebook, go to the JFT Network Facebook page and subscribe there, and like that page, and then go to the JFT Network YouTube page and subscribe there too. I'll be here all season long talking sports. No guarantee on accuracy, but who cares? Hope you enjoyed this. God bless. Have a nice day.